Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be implementing GCP Vertex AI project. So here, I'll show you how we can implement like GenAI powered application with the help of this Vertex AI platform. So first of all, I will give you the idea like what is Vertex AI, how we can use the Vertex AI practical demo. Then with the help of that, I will show you how we can implement different kinds of application. So first of all, let's try to see what is Vertex AI exactly. So guys, here you can see this is the complete revolution at the Google inside artificial intelligence. I think you remember in 2017, they bring actually one architecture called transformer. So whenever this transformer architecture came in the market, after that actually so many revolution happened in the field of language model, in the field of large language model. That means whatever architecture you can see nowadays, all the architecture are using this transformer architecture in the backend. Even I already created one video, right? I already took one session on the transformer architecture, like what was the main component inside transformer architecture and why it is so powerful, right? So then after that, actually in 2018, actually they came up with another model called BART, B-E-R-T. So this is one of the actually language model they brought. Then they brought actually T5 model. Then slightly actually in 2020, actually they brought one large language model called Lambda. So Lambda was a amazing model in the field of large language model. Then 2021, they actually published AlphaFold model. Then 22 PaLM model. And in 2023, they introduced something called BART model. Okay, B-A-R-D, BART. I think we used to use Google BART, right? Google BART, that means it is the ChatGPT kinds of interface, I think, remember. Nowadays, this BART has been, let's say, replaced with the Gemini. So we now actually we search for Gemini, but previously we used to search for BART, right? So this was the first application from the Google, actually they published. And you can see the model summary, like what are the tasks this model can perform. So as you can see, T5 can perform text to text generation. It's a transfer learning model. It is having actually 10 billion parameter and it's open source model. Then Google Lambda model. Then you can see the Lambda model trained to converse. Then AlphaFold predict structure for all known proteins. Then PaLM, actually, this is the industry leading actually large language model. They introduced something called conversational AI, the service powered by Lambda. Okay. Then in 2024, I think you can see from the Google research, we are having Gemini. Then Imagen 2. Okay, this can actually generate image, okay, with respect to the text prompt. Then we're having also something called Gima. Okay, Gima is one of the large language model. Then there is another model called Sharp. This is the model, it can generate speech to text. So that's actually revolution happened. That means it took actually lots of time to came up in this position. And Google introduced actually so many research, so many model, okay, so many technology. And nowadays actually we are using this kinds of technology, okay, in the field of generative AI. And guys, here you can see these are some actually first party foundation model like PaLM for text. You can customize language task. Then PaLM for actually chat. So here you can perform conversation. Okay, then you can do the image gen. Okay, for the text to image. That means if you give any, let's say, prompt, it will generate the image. Okay. Then we also had something called embeddings model. That means embedding API. Let's say you want to generate any kinds of embedding for the text or image. You can use this kinds of embedding model. Okay. Then chart model, speech to text. Then code generation model was also available. So this was the first party foundation model in the Google research. Okay. Then they introduced something called Model Garden. Okay. So what is Model Garden? So here you can access, customize, and experiment with different foundation models and its API. Okay. That means what Google did actually, they introduced one platform called Vertex AI. So Vertex AI was the platform in the Google, and it's been actually long. This platform is available in the Google Cloud, but only we used to perform mlops operation with the help of Vertex AI. But whenever actually this generative AI came, so they updated this Vertex AI and they introduced something called Model Garden. That means inside Vertex AI, you have one Model Garden. Inside Model Garden, you are having all kinds of Google model. Whatever model actually Google has published now, all the model you will get, all the foundation model you will get in the Model Garden. Apart from that, you will also get something called open source model. Like whatever open source model I think I showed you now, from the Hugging Face, from different, let's say, organization like Llama, Mistral, Falcon, right? Different kinds of open source model I think I already introduced in the Hugging Face. So what they did actually, they also hosted this kinds of open source model in the Model Garden. That means you can use all kinds of open source model from the Model Garden itself, okay, from the Vertex AI. Then it is also having some partners model. So what is partners model exactly? So they collaborated with different kinds of organization. They collaborated with the different kinds of company. Let's say Cloud is a company. Then we are having Meta is a company. Okay, that's how we are having different kinds of company. So this company has also introduced so many large language model. Okay, so what they did actually, they collaborated with the company, collaborated with the organization,
and all kinds of actually model they introduce in the model garden. So this is called actually partner models. Now let me show you the Vertex AI platform right now, how it looks like. You can see guys, this is the previous Vertex AI platform. Okay, that means here we used to only perform the ML operation, that means machine learning operation. That means you can perform the experiment, train and deploy, okay, for the data science workbench. Now what they introduce actually on top of this platform, they introduce generative AI. You can see they introduce something called generative AI platform. That means here you can perform the prompt designing, fine tuning, generative AI studio, okay, foundation model, open source model, okay. Then you can also perform actually LLM Ops, everything you can perform in this platform right now. That means instead of replacing the previous actually, let's say Vertex AI services, on top of that, they created one additional layer, and this is called actually LLM Ops platform nowadays on the Vertex AI. Okay, now I think it is clear. Now, as I already told you, they introduce so many actually partners model. Okay, I already told you they introduce so many partners model in the model garden. So these are the partners. Okay, these are the partners actually with Google. I think nowadays they also collaborated with so many organizations. If you open the Google Cloud Vertex AI, will see different kinds of actually partner models are available. So here you can see AI21 Labs. These are another organizations that they collaborated with the Google. Then Anthropic, Cohere, then Contextual AI, okay, Midjourney, then OSM-MO, then Resistant.ai, Meta, okay, Runway, and so on. So these are the actually partners model actually it will be getting in the model garden. Now let me show you this GCP, okay, GCP Vertex AI. So let's open up our account and let's open up the Vertex AI there and try to see whether these are the things are available or not. So for these guys, what you can do, just search for GCP, okay, GCP console in your Google, and make sure you have one GCP account. Okay, if you don't have the GCP account, guys, so you won't be able to use the Vertex AI. So make sure if you don't have the account, just try to create one account. Initially, it will give you $300 credit. Okay, so let me log in with my console. So guys, as you can see, this is my GCP console. So here, what you have to do in the search button, just search for Vertex AI. Okay, Vertex AI. So you'll see this is the platform. This is the LLM Ops platform you will get. See, this is the complete Vertex AI. Now, left hand side, you will see different kinds of services. So here, I already told you it is having model garden. So let me click on the model garden. So here, you will see all kinds of model. So guys, as you can see, whatever model I showed you, all kinds of model are available. Apart from that, they have also actually brought new model here. You can see. So foundation model, okay, then partners model. See, all kinds of models are available. Okay, as you can see, Meta model is available. That means Llama 2, Llama 3. Okay, then PaLM model. You can also show all the model here. See here, I can click on the show all model. See, all kinds of model are available. See, Mistral also is there. Then Jamba model. Then you can see Cloudy. Okay. Apart from that, you will see different kinds of actually foundation model you will get. Okay. And these are the actually partner. Okay, partner company. Apart from that, you can also filter out. Let's say you need language model. So here you are having 63 language model. You can filter out all the language model. Let's say you need vision model. You are having 11 vision model. You can also filter out all the vision model. Okay. Now let's say you want to use this model. Just click here. And you will get all the guideline how to use this model and all. Okay, they have already given the source code, everything they have given. Okay, how to use the Python SDK for let's say using this model and all the let's say guideline they have already given. Okay, I'll tell you how we can use these are the model one by one. Okay, now let's say you want to also play this model in the model garden. Okay, it is also possible. Let me show you. So let's say this is my model garden. Let's say I want to let's say play with this model Gemini 1.5 Pro. So I'll just click here. Now you can see open in a Vertex AI Studio. So here you can open this model in the AI Studio. So they are also having one AI Studio. Let me show you. Even you can also open with the help of Colab notebook, and there also you can also play with this model. Now let's click on the I agree and continue. Now here you can pass any kinds of prompt. Let's say I will give hello, and I will send this prompt. And this is the response actually I'm getting. Okay, so that's how actually you can play with different kinds of model before using it, like how this model is working on all, what is the performance of the model, everything you can perform here. Okay, then you can also search by the model name. Let's say you need Jima model, Llama model, anything you can search here. You will also get these are the model. Got it? And guys, these are the model is already hosted in the Google Cloud, so you don't need to manually download these are the model in your system. You can use these are the model with the help of API request. As I already told you, that's how. So that is why we call it as a LLM Ops platform. Okay, so they gives the API kinds of functionality with the help of API request. We can use these are the model in our let's say project implementation. And don't you worry, I'll tell you how we can access different kinds of model. We'll be also implementing some kinds of application. Now, apart from that, Vertex AI also provides so many services. You can see it provides the pipeline services. This is the pipeline for the ML ops. Let's say you want to perform any end-to-end pipeline, data ingestion, data validation, model training, model evaluation. You can use the pipeline services. Apart from that, it also provides the notebook services. That means, let's say you want to, let's say use one large language model. You want to fine tune one large language model, you can use their Colab enterprise. That means you can take the machine, okay, good configuration machine, good configuration Colab notebook in their Google Cloud service. Okay. Then you can also take the workbench as well. Then you can see different studio is there. You can perform different kinds of, let's say, task demo. Let's say you can perform chat demo, vision demo, translation, speech. Okay, you can play with these are the functionality. As of now, I'm not showing. Then you can also download different kinds of extension for the Generative AI from the extension market. Here you will also get something called feature store dataset. Okay, labeling task, then training, experiment. Okay, so some of the services you will see, these are the ML of services, not the Generative AI services. Apart from that, you will also get something called vector SARs here. This is another super important service from the Vertex AI. Let's say you don't want to use any other vector database. What you can do, you can use this Vertex AI vector SARs. This is another vector database. Okay, and this is hosted in the Google Cloud. That means in the Vertex AI. So going forward, I will also show you how we can use this vector search, okay, vector search functionality from the Vertex AI itself. So yes, guys, these are the services actually Vertex AI provides. So unless and until you are not exploring all the functionality, okay, you won't be getting. So try to open this account, guys, and try to explore all kinds of functionality. Okay. And now there I told you we can perform different kinds of operation. Okay, different kinds of this operation. It will give you all kinds of functionality. Okay, and I showed you the model garden and all. So then I already told you we can also perform something called fine tuning. So it's not like that you can only use these are the foundation model for the inference. No, you can also perform the fine tuning operation. That means this Vertex AI will give you the functionality. You can also improve the model performance with the help of fine tuning. Okay, on top of your custom data. You can also perform something called human feedback to increase your model usefulness. Like I think previously you saw in the ChatGPT, it used to give one feedback box, right? Let's say how is your experience. So that you can give your experience rating. So that kinds of rating also you can pass if you're using this kinds of Vertex AI. Then here you can also generate customized images for your business. Then here you can also improve Google's predictive AI with your own custom data. Okay, everything is possible here. Now you can ask me what kinds of tasks actually I can perform here. You can perform all kinds of tasks. So you can perform language, image, video, okay, documents, speech, tabular. So here all kinds of tasks you can perform with the help of Vertex AI. Okay. And what Vertex AI actually provides, as I already told you, it will give you state-of-the-art foundation model. Even you will also get end-to-end governance. That means you can do the prompting, tuning. Okay, you can also perform ML ops operation on the Vertex AI. Even here you will get the data privacy. So whenever, let's say, you are uploading your custom data to the Vertex AI, it's not like that your data would be leaked. It would be secure. Okay, so this kinds of actually ensure you will get if you're using Vertex AI platform. That means you will have the complete data security. So no need to worry about your data. If you're having any custom data, all the data would be secured here. So now I think you got the difference between ML ops and LLM ops. So in the Vertex AI, we have the ML ops like services already. On top of that, they created the LLM ops. Okay. So here we don't need to throw out your existing ML ops investment. Okay. So here what you need to do, you just need to understand the unique ML ops need for the Generative AI. That means whatever additional, let's say, functionality they have given, just try to understand and try to use, let's say those are the service in the Generative AI field. Okay. That means you can see in the Vertex AI, you will see multitask model prompting. Okay. Then model garden, customization, managing new artifacts, evaluation monitoring. Okay. Connecting with the enterprise data. Let's say you want to connect with different kinds of data sources. It is also possible in the Vertex AI. So now as a high level, you can see the complete ML ops on the Vertex AI. So this was actually our traditional Vertex AI. That means here we can perform experiment, training, and deploy and predict, okay, for the machine learning operation. And now in the Vertex AI, you can also perform something called prompt predict. Okay, then you can also use something called foundation model. That means all kinds of generative AI based functionality you will get here. Then I already told you, you can also connect with different enterprise data. Let's say you want to connect any external sources, any API, any website, you can also connect, okay, with the help of Vertex AI. So guys, all kinds of flexibility you will get here if you're using Vertex AI LLM Ops platform. So no need to worry about anything. So try to open up your Google Cloud, guys, everyone, and just try to open up your Vertex AI. I already showed you how we can open up the Vertex AI, right? Now, after opening the Vertex AI, the first thing you have to do, you have to enable all the recommended APIs. So there you will see one option, enable all the recommended APIs. So make sure you have already enabled all the recommended APIs. So after enabling, in the notification bar, you will see all the API has been enabled. So these are the API you should enable. Otherwise, sometimes actually will get actually different error. So that's why make sure you enable all the API. Now here you can either open up your Google Colab. to perform all the, let's say, operation I'll be doing here. Either you can also open up this Colab Enterprise or Workbench. Okay, so here I'm using this cloud platform, that means LLM Ops platform. So in this video, I'll show you how we can use their services actually. Let's say if I want to use Colab Enterprise, how we can use Colab Enterprise. You can also launch this Workbench. So what is the difference between Workbench and Colab Enterprise? Let me show you. So in Workbench, actually, you can select the machine configuration. So here you can create a new Workbench. Just try to click on create. Now here you can select the machine configuration, like what should be the machine name, what is the reason. Then you can also select the instance type. Okay, that's how actually you can change the configuration. Okay, all the configurations you can change here. Okay, everything you can change here. That means if you want to create a custom machine as per your requirement, you can change here. And here you can see the pricing summary. That means per hour, it will charge you $0.18. You can see price is very less. It's not like a very huge amount of money they will be charging. It's like very less money. So you can also create your custom configuration. But here I'm not going to create the custom configuration. What I'll do, I'll use the Colab Enterprise. Okay, this one. So it will give me Google Colab kinds of interface. And there I can actually do my coding. So after clicking on Colab Enterprise, so here you will get one option, create a notebook. Okay, so just create a notebook. You can also select the region, but I will keep the default region, US Central 1. Okay, that's it. Now you can give the name. I can rename this notebook. Let's say I'll rename it as Vertex AI Demo. Okay, you can give any name. I've given this name. Now, if you want to increase the size of the notebook, if you want to increase the size of the cell, let's say if I write something, so the text is like very small here. So I can also increase the size. So for this, what I can do, I can click on the settings. You just go to the editor. And here you'll see this font size. Just try to make it as, I can take 28. Okay, 28, I think it is fine. Now, the next thing what you have to do, guys, you have to connect this notebook. So let's click on the connect button. See guys, once you will be connecting the notebook, it will give you this kinds of pop-up screen. That means you have to select an account. Okay, like which account you want to use. So make sure whatever actually account you are using for the Google Cloud Console, that means for the Vertex AI, that account you have to select here. So this is my Google Cloud account. I'll just try to select. Now it is also asking for password. So let me give my password and I'll click on next. So if you're doing for the first time, so it will give you this kinds of authentication. It's just a one-time authentication. Okay, that's it. So guys, as you can see, my runtime is connected. Now, if I execute the cell, if you want to execute the cell, just press Shift and Enter. The same thing, the way actually you execute any Colab notebook, you can execute as the same. Now see, I'm getting the OK output. Now you can also download this notebook. So there is a download button. You can also download the notebook. So first of all, let's do the coding. After that, you can also download this notebook. Even I will also share this notebook with you in the resources section. Fine. All right. Now see, here we'll be using actually Vertex AI. Okay, we'll be using Vertex AI services. That means we'll be using Model Garden. So from the Model Garden itself, what we'll do, we'll try to access different kinds of foundation model. Got it? And if I want to use Model Garden, that means the complete Vertex AI, I have to install one library. So you have to install Vertex AI SDK for Python because we'll be using Python code, right? And if you're using Python code, you have to install this library. So here I want to install the upgraded version of the package. And this is the package name, Google Cloud AI Platform. Got it? If you want to use Vertex AI, you have to install this Python package. Now let me install. Okay, now after installing, it will tell you restart the runtime. Just click here. So it will automatically restart the runtime. After that, you just need to import Vertex AI. Okay, just to test whether everything is fine or not. Now see, if I import, it should work. See, it's working fine. There is no error. Fine. Now see, those who are running this code from the Colab notebook, you just need to do two configuration here. So let me show you. So the first configuration you have to do, this one. That means you have to authenticate with the Google Cloud first of all. So here, let me write the code. So first of all, you have to authenticate with the Google Cloud. Okay, from the Colab notebook. And for this, you have to execute this line of code. So here, everything I'm running from the Vertex AI only. That means I'm using Colab Enterprise from the Vertex AI. I don't need to perform the authentication. But if you're running from the Google Colab, that time you have to do the authentication, guys. Okay. So let me show you one example. Let's say if I want to load any model from the Colab Enterprise, that means if I'm using Vertex AI services, I don't need to authenticate it. I can easily load it. Let me show you. So for this, let's import some of the library first. So here I'm importing some of the library. You can see generation config, generative model. Okay. I'll tell you why I'm importing them and what is the use of it. First of all, let me import all of them. Now let's say I want to load one model. Let's say I want to load this Gemini 1.0 Pro model. So you can see there is a model Gemini 1.0 Pro. Just click here. If I click here, you will see the model ID. You just need to copy the model ID from here. Now if you just go below, they have already given the source code. Here you can see this is the model ID. Just try to copy this ID and try to paste it here. Okay, that's it. Now see, if I execute this code, it will automatically load the model. See, there is no error. But if you executing from the Colab notebook, you will see you will get one error. That means your notebook is not authenticated with the Google Cloud. Okay, so that's why you have to execute this line of code. It will what it will do, it will authenticate. First of all, it will ask for the email address. That means which email address you are using for the Google Cloud account. That email address you have to select first of all. Got it? Then the next actually configuration code you have to run this one. Let me show you. This one. If you are using Colab Enterprise, guys, you don't need to execute. But if you are using Google Colab, you have to execute. Now see, this is the code you have to execute. So here you have to pass the project ID as well as your location. Okay, that means region. Now how you will get the project ID? So here you can see on top you have the project ID. Just try to click here. Now see, I'm inside my first project. So here is the project ID. Just try to copy the project ID and try to mention it here. Okay, in this box actually, you just need to paste it here. Then you have to give the region name. And what is your region name? You can see I'm inside US Central 1. So try to mention US Central 1 here. Okay. Then if you execute, it will automatically initialize with the Vertex AI. That means it will authenticate with the Vertex AI with your configuration. Now it will get to know, okay, now you are the correct user. So once it is authenticated, then you will be able to use all the services from the Vertex AI. That is all the foundation model, all the services you can use. Got it? So this two line actually you have to execute if you are using Google Colab. See, Colab only. And if you're using Colab Enterprise, no need to execute, guys. Okay, you can run as it is. I hope it is clear now. Okay, so now I think you saw how we can load the model. To load the model, you have to use one function called generative model. You can see I've already imported this generative model from the Vertex AI preview.generative AI models. Now import generative model. Inside that, you just need to give the model ID. Now, if you want to use any other model, simply just try to open. Let's say you want to use 1.5 Pro model. So just click here. Okay, so you can see Gemini 1.5 Pro model. Now just try to go below. And here is the model ID. So try to copy the model ID. So this is the model ID. Just try to copy and try to paste it here. So that's how, if you want to use any model from the model guidance, just try to copy the model ID and try to paste it inside this function. It will automatically load that model for you. So now let's test this model. So here I'm going to pass one prompt. So here I've already prepared one prompt. Let me show you. This is the prompt, guys, I have prepared. Okay, see, so here I'm using the model object and I'm calling one function called generate_content. Inside that I'm passing the prompt. Why is sky? So here is the prompt. Why is the sky blue? And stream is equal to true. Why I've given stream is equal to true? Because if I show you, if I let's say open the Gemini or ChatGPT, if you can open anything. Let's say if I give this same prompt here now. So if I let's say pass the same prompt, why is the sky blue? Any kinds of prompt if you give, it will give you stream kinds of output. See, it's not actually one shot output. It will give you stream output. So I think here you saw it will give you stream output. That means after one word, it is coming another word. Okay, that's how it is giving stream output, not in one shot. So that's how we also want to get the output from my response. Okay, that's why I've given this parameter stream is equal to true. That means it will give you stream output. Got it? Now see, if I execute, so here you will get one response object. See, this is the object. Okay. So it would be an object. See, this is a generator object. Now here I can apply any kinds of iterator, that means looping, and I can get the response. Now let me show you. So here you can apply looping. So here I'm applying looping for response in responses, and I just wanted to print the text. Okay, whatever text actually I'm having from the response, I want to print it. Now see, if I execute the for loop right now, you will see the response. See, this is the response actually I got, and this response is actually short response. That's why you didn't saw the streaming output. But if it is generating bigger output, you will see the streaming output would be visible. Got it? Now you can try with different prompt. Let's try with another prompt. So I'll give another prompt here. Let's say I'll give what are the latest developments in the automotive industry. Okay, now if I execute, so it should give me the response. Okay, see, this is the streaming response I'm getting, guys. I think you saw. Okay, that this is called actually streaming response. See, the complete response I got. Great. Now see, here I pass the prompt directly, okay, in the generate content function. But if you want to pass as a parameter, you can also do it. For this, I've created another example. So this is the example, guys. Just a minute. Just see that. So here I created a variable called prompt, and inside that I've written the prompt. Let's say this is my complete prompt. Create a numbered list of the 10 items. Each item in the list should be a trend in the tech industry. Each trend should be a less than 5 words. Okay, try. Now you can give any kinds of prompt. Now here what I'm doing, I'm calling the model object generate content. Inside that I'm giving the prompt. Okay, whatever prompt actually I've defined, stream is equal to 2, then again I'm performing the looping operation. Now see, if I execute, it should give me the output. Okay, now I can also customize the prompt. Let's say here I can give translate in Hindi. See, I'm also getting the Hindi translation as well. Got it? So that's how you can also customize your prompt. It's up to you. Now, I think you remember whenever I was like going through the model garden. So I can also open this model in a Vertex AI Studio. I think I showed you. So let's open this model in the Vertex AI Studio. See, if you open the Vertex AI Studio, right hand side, you can see, you can also set some of the model parameter like temperature, output token. Okay. So these are the thing you can also change. So how we can change with the help of Python code, because as a developer, we have to use with the help of Python code, not from the UI interface. Got it? From the UI interface also, you can use the model, but as a developer, we have to use from the Python SDK. So here we can also set the model configuration. So let me show you. So for this, you have to use this function actually. So I think you remember the generation config. Okay. So let me show you. So I already prepared. So inside generation config, I'm passing all the parameter. Okay. Let me the temperature, top P, top K, candidate. Okay. Max output and so on. And I think you already know these are the parameter I already explained previously. What is temperature? What is top P, top K? Got it? Here temperature means here you are assigning the model creativity, like how much creativity you want from the model. If it is close to 1, that means it will take risk. It will be more creative. If it is close to 0, it won't be taking any kinds of risk. Okay, that's the idea. Now this generation config you have to pass as a parameter of generation config. Here you can see generation config is equal to generation config, and the same prompt I have given, stream is equal to 2. Again, I'm looping through the response. Now if I show you, now I'll see that your output would be more creative. Okay. So previously, I think you remember we got actually very short output. Now see, this output is more creative right now because we given the configuration model parameter right now. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let me show you another thing you can do. This is called actually test chat prompt. Now what is test chat prompts? Let me show you one example. Let's say here I ask one question: why is the sky blue? Okay. Now this prompt actually I have given, and my Gemini will try to remember this prompt. Now if I ask, give me the answer in bullet point. Okay. Now see, here I haven't mentioned I want this answer. I just give me the answer in bullet point. It will automatically remember my previous, let's say, context. Okay. That means I want to ask this particular response. Now see, it has given me in the bullet point. Okay. So this is called actually memory. That means it is trying to remember the chat history. So that thing you can also perform here. So let me show you. So for this, you have to use one more line here. This is the line, guys. Model.start chat. So this start chat will automatically remember all the conversation you are doing with your large language model. Now this is the prompt actually I have given. My name is Bappi. You are my personal assistant. My favorite movies are The Lord of Rings and Hobbit. Suggest another movie I might like. So this is the prompt I'm giving, and this is the stream is equal to 2 I'm giving. And now see, if you're using chat, that time you have to use chat.send message. Okay, chat.send message, because here you have initialized the model. I think you remember. Now see, if I execute the program. So guys, as you can see, I got the output. Okay. Now what I will do, based on this answer, I will ask another question. So because it has remembered my previous context. So here now asking, are my favorite movies based on a book series? This is what actually I'm asking. Now see, if I ask this question, see, it will refer my previous actually context. Yeah, you can see both the Lord of Rings and the Hobbit trilogies are the based on the book series. Okay, by J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay, now I can show you the story. So if you want to see the story, just write chat.history. So it will show you the entire story. See, so first of all, you ask this prompt, your model has given this answer. Then again, you ask this question, your model has given this answer. Got it? I hope it is clear. Fine. So that's how actually we can use any kinds of language model. Now let's try to see any multimodal. That means we'll be also using some vision model. So I think you know, here actually we are also having some vision model as well. So this is my model garden. Now just click on the vision model. You will see there are different kinds of vision model are available. So from here, I'm going to use one vision model. So Gemini 1 Pro vision model. So you can search this model here. Now if you want to load this model, you can load like that. This is the model ID. So let me show you this model. I'll copy the name, and in the model garden, so here you can search this model. You will see Gemini 1.0 Pro Vision model. Okay, now see, this is the vision model. So with this model, actually, you can also work with the images and videos. Okay, now this is the model ID you have to give. Now I've given the model ID. Now let's load the model. Fine. Now here I'll be working with images and videos, and to work with images, videos, I need some helper function. That means this helper function will help me to load the image, visualize the image. Okay. So here I have created some helper function. Let me show you. So these are the helper function I created. You can see different helper function I created. Display image. So it will display the image. If you want to get any image as a bytes from the URL, you can get with the help of this function. Load image from the URL, you can use this function. Get URL from the GCS, you can use this function. Print multimodal prompt. That means if you want to print any multimodal prompt, you can use this function. Okay, so that's how we can create some utility related function, and this function you will get over the internet. If you just simply search how to display image, give me a function, you will get this kinds of code. Okay, so I have initialized. These are the utility related function as of now. Okay, so here the first thing I'm going to show you how to generate actually caption from any image. Okay, so for this, let's see one example. This is the example, guys. So here I'm downloading one image. You can see this is the image URL. So guys, you can see this is the image. Okay, this image actually will be downloading. So here, let me show you. And how we are downloading the image, we are using gsutil command. Okay, so if you execute this command, it will download the image from the URL. Then I'm loading the image. Then I'm giving a prompt, describe this image. Okay, I'm passing the image as well as the prompt. Then I'm using the multi-model. That means the model we have loaded, I think, remember this Gemini 1.0 Pro Vision model. Okay, you can also use any other vision model. So simply go to the model garden and try to choose any other vision model. You can use as it is. Okay, now let's get back. Now whatever actually, let's say output I'm getting, I'm just rendering. Okay, that's it. Now let me show you. So guys, as you can see, this is my results I got. So here I've given a prompt and this is the image. Now it has given me the caption. So the image shown a gray cat with black strips walking in the snow. The cat has yellow eyes and long tail. You can see yellow eyes and long tail. Cat is walking towards the camera. Okay, that means this is a great caption my model has given me. Now let me show you another example. So I prepared another example. So guys, you can see I'm using another image. Now if I show you this example, see, this is my prompt. I have given describe the image. That means describe the scene. Now see, this is the response I got. Now this is the response to pontoon boats are anchored in the Charles River in Boston. In the background are two breeze and Boston skyline. So guys, as you can see, this is a correct caption my model has given me. Okay. Now if you want to use load image function, that means the function we created in the utility function to load this image URL, you can use this load image URL function as well. And with the help of that, we can also do the same thing. Okay, there are different techniques you can load the image. You can also use OpenCV to load the image. Okay, it's completely fine. Now see, I'm getting the same output. Now here we'll be learning another thing. Here we'll be combining multiple image and text prompt for the few shot prompting. That means here I'll be passing the few shot to my model, and my model will try to give me the response. So let me show you one example I prepared. So this is the example, guys. So here I'm using 3 images. So let me open all the images. So this is stored in the Google Cloud storage. Okay, you can see this is another image. So you can see this is one of the images, this is another image, and this is another image. So these 3 images actually I'm using here, and with the help of load image from URL, I'm loading both 3 images. Then first of all, I'm giving the prompt for 2 images. You can see these 2 images I'm giving the prompt. This one and this one. This one I'm not giving any kinds of prompt. Okay, you can see I've given city is equal to London, because you can see this is a London city and the landmark is a Big Ben. Okay, it's a Big Ben. So you can search on Google Big Ben, I think. Yeah, see, this is the Big Ben. Okay, so that's why I'm giving some prompting. That means I'm giving the label. Okay, now prompt 2, the second image I'm giving, this is the Paris city. City is equal to Paris, and landmark, you can see it's Eiffel Tower. Okay, you can see it's Eiffel Tower. And the third image, I'm not giving any kinds of prompt. Now let's try to see my model is able to generate the actual, let's say, prompt for that particular image or not. So here you can see I'm passing my image 1, prompt 1, image 2, prompt 2, and I'm only giving the image 3 here, not the prompt. Now I'm using the multi-model and generate content. Now let's try to see whether it is able to identify that image or not. See, these two actually I have given, it's fine. Now see, third one, city roam landmark Colosseum. Okay, so let me copy and let me try to verify. See, correct, it's the correct one. Okay, so beautifully my model is able to generate the response. So this is called actually few shot prompting. Now also let's try to see some video example. So what I will do, I'll download one video. So this is the URL of the video. I'll download this video. Let me download and let me show you here. So I think you remember Google has launched one phone actually called Pixel. Okay, you can see this is the Pixel. This is the Pixel advertisement. You can see this is the Pixel advertisement. Okay, so this video actually I have downloaded from the URL. Now I will give this video to my multimodal and I will give some prompt. Let me show you. So I already prepared one prompt. This is the prompt. Answer the following questions using the video only. What is the profession of the main person? What are the main features of the phone highlighted? Which city was this recorded in? Provide the answer in a JSON format. Now see, if I give this video and if I pass it to my multimodal, it should give me the response. See guys, I got the response. Now you can see the person name is Sheikha Shimada. Profession is a photographer. Brand is Google. Phone brand is Google. Model is Pixel 8. And you can see the features: video boost, night sight, city Tokyo, country Japan. Amazing. Okay, amazing actually response I got. Now you can use any kinds of video. You can do the caption generation. Got it? So that's how guys you can export different kinds of model in the model garden. It's not like only Google model. You can also, let's say, use Meta model as well. Let's say you want to use Llama model. Just simply click on the Llama and try to open this notebook. So they have already given all the code example and everything. Okay, only just you need to execute and you have to see how we can access the Llama model and all. Got it? So just try to explore guys. This is up to you because all the model I can't show you. So I have just given the demo like how we can access different kinds of foundation model. Now you will be exporting whatever model actually you need later on. Got it? Okay. And one thing guys, after implementing all the code, what you can do, you can download this notebook. And after that, you can delete this instance. Okay, no need to keep on running. Just try to delete the instance. Otherwise, you can also stop the instance, but I will try to delete it. Okay, I'll just try to do the confirmation. So after some times, actually, you'll see that this notebook would be deleted. Okay, now see, this is deleted. So yes, this is the actually hands-on part of this Vertex AI. Because see, going forward, whenever you will be implementing projects, right, end-to-end projects, so you have to implement through the VS Code, right? And if you want to implement through the VS Code, you have to know how to configure this Vertex AI in your local machine. Okay, so that's why it's super important to know how we can set up everything in our local machine itself. So for these guys, you need one tool actually. So the tool name is GCP CLI. Okay, GCP CLI install. Just search GCP CLI install on the Google. So after searching this GCP CLI install, if you just go below, you'll see this link actually. Install the G Cloud CLI. So just try to open it up. Now here you will get the installer. See, download the installer. So I'll click on the link. So it will automatically start downloading this CLI for me. See, it has downloaded. Okay. And if you're using any other operating system, let's say Linux, then Debian, Red Hat, CentOS, macOS. Okay. All the command is already written here. You can follow the command and you can install this G Cloud CLI in your system. Because see, with the help of this G Cloud CLI, we'll be doing the authentication with our account. Okay. That is the thing. Now I have already downloaded it. Now what you have to do, just double click and try to install. So the way actually you install any kinds of normal software, you have to follow the same step. Okay, there is nothing new. So for me, I already installed. See, after installing, just search for Google. So you'll see this Google Cloud SDK shell. Just try to open it up. So we'll see these kinds of window. Okay, if you are getting this kinds of window, that means you have installed successfully. Okay, now let me close it. Now what I will do guys, I will open up my local folder and here I'm going to open up my terminal. You can open up your any kinds of terminal, whether you're Anaconda terminal, Git bash terminal, anything. Now let's also open up my VS Code here. All right, so here the first thing what you have to do guys, you have to create one virtual environment. After that you have to install all the required packages. Okay, then after that we'll be writing our actually code, okay, with the help of Vertex AI. So to create the environment, you can execute this command. So conda create -n, let's say Vertex AI demo Python is equal to, let's say I'll take 3.10 -y. Now let's create the environment. Okay, it's done. Now let's clear. Before clearing, I have to activate the environment. So this is the command. Let's try to copy and try to execute it here. Now let's create a file called requirement.txt. So I'll just create this file, requirements.txt. Inside that, I will mention all the requirements I need. So these are the requirements, guys, I need. I think you remember. So I think you remember, to use the Vertex AI, we have to install this package, Google Cloud AI Platform. I think in the Colab Enterprise also we did the same thing. Then Streamlit I want to use because I want to create a simple user interface. There actually you can give a prompt and you can get the response. And python.env because I'm going to manage my GCP credential. Okay, that's why. Now here, let me create this file as well. So .env. Okay, inside .env, you need actually your project ID. Okay, then you need region. I'll tell you how to collect this project ID and region, but before that, let's do the configuration, okay, with our G Cloud. So first of all, let's me install all the requirements. So I'll just write pip install -r requirement.txt. All right, so installation is completed. Now let's do the configuration with our G Cloud. So for this, you have to execute this command called G Cloud init. Okay, just try to execute this command, guys. So if I execute this command, you will see that. See, if you're doing it for the first time, you will get this kinds of window. You must log in to continue. Would you like to log in? I'll give yes. So guys, now here you have to select the account. The account actually you are using for your G Cloud account. So this is my account. I'll select. Now you have to provide the password. So this is my password and I'll try to do the next operation. Okay, and then click on the continue and allow. Okay, now you can see I'm done with the authentication. Now if I come back, see, now actually I'm getting my project ID. You can see I'm getting my project ID. Got it? So let me show you. If I go to my dashboard, now if I click here, this is my project ID. Studios loader 4361. I think you can see that. Studio loader 4361 and 2. Okay, so this is my project ID. Yeah. Now, if you already have one existing project, you can select it. Either you can create a new project. So for me, I already have the projects. I'll just select the one. I'll select the one. That means my existing project. Now it is asking for, do you want to configure a default compute region and zone? I'll give yes. Now it is telling which region you actually want to take. So what I will do, I'll take this region actually. So central US. So let's say I will take this one, US central 1C. So I'll give 7 here. Okay, now I think it is done. Now let me clear my terminal. Okay, so everything is set. Now let's create one file here called main.py. Inside that, I'm going to write all of the code. Okay, that means we will be trying to access one. That means here we'll be trying to access one model from the model garden. But before that, you have to set this env. So you have to give the project ID. So here is the project ID, guys. I think I showed you how to get the project ID. This is the project ID. Just try to copy. And here, try to mention it. Then you have to give the region. So I think region I already showed you. So here you can check the region. Click on the Collab Enterprise. Left hand side, you can see US-Central 1. Just try to select it. US-Central 1. Okay. Now just try to verify it. US-Central 1. Okay. So it's fine. Now let me save. Now let's create the main.py. So first of all, let's import all the necessary library. Yeah, so these are the library I need, guys. I think you remember I was also importing them in my Collab Enterprise. So Vertex AI, then Streamlit I need for the user interface. Then I'm also importing some of the necessary, let's say, function from the Vertex AI preview generative models. Okay, so I need generative generation config and generative model, and .env I need because I want to load this env file. Now let's select my current environment. So this is my environment. Okay, now this arrow would be disappear. Now the first thing, I'll load my project ID as well as the region from my environment. Okay, for this code snippet you have to run. Got it? Then I'll be initializing. Then I'll be authenticating with my Vertex AI. So this is the authentication code, guys. Vertex AI.init. You have to give the project ID as well as the project location. That's it. Now let's load the model. So here I'm going to load one model. from the model garden called Gemini 1.0 Pro. So let me show you. If I go to the model garden, so this is the model, guys, I'm trying to load. Just click here and you will see the model ID. So just try to copy the model ID and you can use it. So this is the model ID, guys, here. Just try to copy and mention it here. Okay, that's it. Then I've created a simple function. Let me show you. So this is the function I created. Inside that, what I'm doing, I'm just first of all creating my Streamlit title. First of all, I'm setting my page configuration like Vertex AI demo. So it will give you one name. Then I'm setting the header. That means what will happen? It will give you one title. So here you can give any name. So here I've given, let's say, Gemini on Vertex AI, or you can give Vertex AI local demo, because everything we're doing in the local machine. Okay. Then user will give one question. So that's why I've taken a text input box, and this question actually I'm passing to my model. You can see. Okay, if there is a question, it will execute this model. Otherwise, it won't be executing. Okay. After that, actually, I'm going through the response and I'm printing in my console. Okay. That means in my Streamlit console. That's it. Now, if I want to execute, I have to call the function as well. So let's call the function. That's it. Now let's try to execute and try to see whether it's working or not. So I'll write Streamlit run app.py. Sorry, main.py. I think it's. Now let's give the allow permission. So this is the interface, guys. Now here you can ask anything. Let's say I'll give hello. Let's see. You can also see the terminal to get the log. Okay, you can see it is giving me one error. It is telling Google Authentication default credential. Your default credential are not found. To set the default configuration, you can visit this link. So let's open this link. And I think it will suggest me some command there. So let's copy this command. And now I'll execute from my terminal. I'll stop it. Now let's execute. I'll select my account. The account actually I'm using for my G Cloud. So I'll give my password. Next. So if you're doing for the first time, so you might get this kinds of issue. So once this setup is done, you can use it as it is. Okay, now I think it is done. Now let's execute the application again. Now let's give hello. Okay, guys, now see, I got the output. There is no issue. That means what you have to do, you have to set the credential as a default actually, okay, credential. So that's why we actually executed this command, gcloud auth application default login. Got it? Now see, I'm getting the output. Now here you can pass any kinds of prompt. So here I can give, let's say, tell me about Python. Okay, see, I'm getting the entire response. Okay, got it. So you can now ask any kinds of question. That means from our local machine itself, now we are able to access the model garden. That means by Vertex AI services. All right. So as of now, we saw how we can use model garden. That means how we can access different kinds of model. On top of that, how we can perform the inference. But let's say if you have some custom data, and with the help of that custom data, you want to create a knowledge base and you want to connect your large language model there. Okay, and you want to perform the query operation on top of it. So how we can perform it, and this is called actually RAG. I think I already explained, okay, in my previous video. So if you're not sure about the RAG, guys, first of all, check those video, then you will be able to understand, okay, what I'm trying to implement here. So that means, let's say here I'll be using my custom data, and with that custom data, what I will do, I will create a knowledge base, okay, and I'll just try to connect my large language model there. Then I'll be performing the query operation on top of my data, the data actually I have uploaded. This is the thing we'll be implementing. And here, technology-wise, actually we'll be using the Vertex AI, entire Vertex AI platform. That means here everything will be using Google Cloud Services. Okay, we are not going to use any third-party services. That means to store our data, we'll be using Google Cloud Bucket, and to store our embedding, we'll be using Vector Store. Okay, Vector Store service from the Vertex AI. This is one of the vector database they have created. Okay, this is called actually Vector Store. So we'll be using all the Google Cloud service only, not any other service. Okay, in this video. So for these guys, you can see I prepared one notebook in the Colab Enterprise. So first of all, try to connect the notebook. After that, you can check with the help of OK command. And if it is giving the OK message, that means notebook is running. Then the first thing what you have to do, you have to install. These are the library. As I have told you, we'll be using some custom data. I'm going to use PDF document. That's why I'm installing this PyPDF2. Okay, this library. Then Google Cloud AI platform, because if I want to use the Vertex AI, I need to install this package. Then I already told you we'll be using custom data. That means custom document. And to store this custom document, I'll be using Google Cloud Bucket. I think you know Google Cloud also provides bucket service. Let me show you. So if you just open Google Cloud and search for bucket, so this is the bucket. So here you can create different bucket, and inside a bucket you can store the data. See, I already created one bucket called start content 2024. Inside that I'm having one documents. I'll tell you how to upload this document here. As of now, just try to consider we'll be using this bucket services to store my content. Okay, and no need to create manually, it will automatically create. I've already written the code for it. So these are the packages you have to install. For me, I already installed everything, so I'm not going to install again. Now see, you have to import. These are the library right now. So here I'm importing storage from google.cloud, because I told you we'll be using bucket, and to install bucket I need this actually function. Then I'm also importing text embedding model from the Vertex AI language model, because here we have to perform the embedding generation, and to generate the embedding I need some embedding model, and here I'm going to use Google embedding model. Okay, from the Vertex AI, from the model garden. That's why I have imported this text embedding model function. Then I also imported AI platform PyPDF, and these are the library I also imported here. And here I'm using UID. Okay, why I'm using UID? Let me tell you. See, there is a reason actually I'm using UID. See, if you're using Vertex AI, this RAG would be slightly different. Okay, slightly different. That means, let's say whatever documents you will be publishing. Let's say I will be publishing one statistics PDF I'm having. Let me show you the statistics PDF. So guys, as you can see, this is the statistics PDF actually I'm having. So this particular data actually I'll be using as my custom data. Now what will happen? First of all, I have to extract the documents from the PDF, yes or no. So after extracting, what I will get different documents. I think you know, I'll get different documents. That means doc1, okay, then doc2, and so on. Now what will happen? This document I have to convert to embeddings as well. That means it would be converted to embeddings. So let's say you will get some vector here. Let's say 0.29, 0.55, 0.88, and so on. Let's say this is the vector representation of this doc1 and doc2, and so on. Let's say I'll just create some dummy vector here. Now here what I want to do, with the help of this UID, I want to assign some unique ID. Let's say the document one it has extracted, I will assign one unique ID. Let's say this is the unique ID. Let's say 1210. Let's say this is the unique ID. Okay, it has assigned to the doc1. Then in the doc2 it will assign another unique ID. Let's say 1211. Okay. Now what will happen? This unique ID also would be assigned in the vector, because this vector is representing this documentation, yes or no. Okay, that's why this ID would be there, 1210. Then this ID would be also there, because this vector is representing this document. So 1211. Now what will happen? Let's say whenever you will perform the similarity search operation, that time what happens actually, it will return the relevant answer, yes or no. I think you know, whenever you implement any kinds of RAG, whenever you perform similarity operation, it will give you some relevant answer. Okay, relevant answer you will get. Okay, and from where you will get the relevant answer? From the documents only you will get the relevant answer, the documents you are having. Okay, now let's say it will give you this relevant answer. Let's say doc1. Whenever it will give you doc1 relevant answer, that means it will return the vector, because your model will only return the numbers, not the text. Okay, and this particular number will map where? In this document. That means this document is representing this vector. That means whenever your model is generating this vector, that means it will map this documents, that means the text. Okay, how? With the help of this UID. Okay, with the help of this UID. So it will look for where this UID is present, that documents actually it will show you as a relevant answer. Okay, now I think it is clear why I'm using this UID to give to assign actually unique ID in front of my documents and in front of my vector embeddings. Okay, now I think it is clear. Now let me clear my board. Now the next thing what you have to do, guys, you have to initialize some of the variable. Now see, if you are doing this project from the Google Colab, first of all you have to authenticate with your G Cloud. And how to authenticate, I already shared you two code. I think you remember two configuration code I shared with you in my Vertex AI demo session. So you can refer the notebook, and you can first of all authenticate with your Google Cloud. Okay, and until you are not doing the authentication, it won't be working. I'm running from my Colab enterprise, that's why I don't need to do the authentication. So if you're running from the Colab, Google Colab, so you have to activate this line actually, project. So you have to give the project ID here. How to collect the project ID? This is the project ID. Got it? So here I'm running from the Colab enterprise, so I don't need this variable. I'll just try to comment it out. So here what I need the location, and this is my location. Then PDF path. So where you have to upload the PDF. So in the files, actually you have to upload the PDF. Let me show you. So here you can right click and upload and try to select the PDF. Whatever PDF you are having, just try to open it here. It will automatically upload here. See, for me, I've already uploaded. And these two files would be generated as of now. See, I already executed this project. Okay, that's why all the artifacts you can see. Okay, but for you, it would be empty initially. So this two file would be created. How it will be created, I'll tell you. As of now, just try to consider we have uploaded the statistics.pdf file. Got it? Then you have to give the bucket name. So you can give any kinds of bucket name and make sure this bucket name should be unique. So this bucket would be created automatically in the bucket section. See, it is already created for me. Again, this would be created automatically. You don't need to create it manually. Then here you have to give embed file path. What is embed file path? Because see, I already told you, first of all, we have to extract the documents from my PDF. Then what we have to do, we have to generate the embedding as well with respect to the documents. And these documents and this embedding, I'm going to save in a JSON file. Okay, that's why I'm just creating some JSON file. You can see these two JSON file I'm creating. Okay, starts embedding .json and start sentence.json. Inside sentence.json, it will store all the documents, that is the English text, and inside embedding, it will store all the your embedding. Okay, embedding of the sentence. That means whatever, let's say, documents you are having. That means whatever documents you have, okay, with respect to that, it will store the embeddings as well. Okay, with the unique ID. So that is the thing. Then you have to give the index name. Index name means, let's say here we'll be using vector search, and inside vector search, we just create an index. The way actually we used to create the Pinecone index, I think, remember, we create an index here. So this is the index name. It will automatically create that index. Now here I've written a function. This function will extract the sentence from the PDF. So it will take the PDF path and it will give you the sentences. That means all the documents it will give you. Then I have written some of the helper function, guys. You can see generate text embedding. That means this function will generate the text embedding. It will take the sentence and it will generate a text embedding with the help of text embedding model. You can see I'm using text embedding gecko model. So this is the model, guys, text embedding gecko 001. So this model is available in the model garden in Vertex AI. Got it? Then I have written another function, generate and save embedding. That means this function will actually add the unique ID in front of your sentence. That means documents, and in front of your embeddings. That means vector embeddings. Okay. That means it will generate this both file. Okay, and it will save as a JSON file. You can see here I'm doing it. I'm first of all actually creating my embedding. Okay, and I'm adding the unique ID. I'm also creating the sentence. I'm adding the unique ID. Then I'm saving in a JSON file. Okay, this is the thing actually we are doing. That means this function is responsible for creating these two files, and it will store your sentences, and it will store your documents as well as the embedding with the unique ID. Okay, that's it. Then there is another function I created called upload file. That means after let's say generating this file, I have to upload this start sentence.json in the bucket. And how I will push to the bucket, we will be using this function upload file. I can see if you go to the bucket section, so this file is already present. Okay, so if you want to push any kinds of file, you can use this function. That means we created some helper function. This helper function will help me to do certain operation. This is the thing. Now here another function I have written called create vector index. So this function will create the vector index in the vector source. Okay, in the vector source vector database, and each of the dimension would be 784. I think you remember previously we used sentence transformer actually embedding model, and we used to create I think 384 vector representation. I think you remember, right? But if you are using this text gecko model from the model guardian, your vector dimension would be 780. 768. This is the dimension, and you can see with the help of AI platform actually library, we are creating the index. So this function will automatically create the index for you. Got it? Then after that, I'm calling these are the function. You can see first of all I'm calling generate and save the vector. I'm giving my PDF path, sentence file path, as well as the embedding file path. Then I'm also uploading this file to my bucket. That means if I execute this line, what will happen? It will create this two file. First of all, let me open it. So this is my sentence. That means this is my document, and you can see first of all it will show you the unique ID. Then it will show you the sentence. Okay, that means this is the document it has extracted from the PDF. With respect to that, it has also saved the embeddings as well. Let me show you. So this is the embedding, and here you'll see the unique ID. That means the same ID, and now this is the embedding representation. Okay, I hope now it is clear. Now, so once it is executed, then upload file will execute, and it will upload this sentence.json to my bucket. Now if I show you, see bucket would be created, and inside bucket actually you will see this start sentence.json would be present. Okay, because later on, whenever I'll perform the, let's say, similarity search operation, I need that file. I need to download that file. With that, I'll do the search operation. Okay, similarity search operation. That is the thing. Now, the next thing, what we'll be doing, we'll be creating the vector index. That means we'll be creating the index, and inside index actually we'll be storing all of my vector. Okay, so here you can see I'm giving the bucket name. That means from the bucket name, it will load this file. Okay, it will load this file. That means the sentence file. So sentence file it will load. Then it will also take the index name. And with the help of actually that embedding model, it will generate the embeddings of that documents. The documents actually we are having, and it will store to the vector database. That means inside my vector source. Now if I execute this line, okay, if I execute this line, it will take some time. It will, that means it will process all the data and it will store to the vector embedding. After that, if you open it up, let me show you. So if you open it up, so you'll see that it will create an index. The name actually you have given start index. Okay, now you can see both places you are getting this green tick icon. That means everything is executed successfully. If you are getting any red icon, it's not completed. Okay, that means there are some issue. Now if I click on the deployed index, you'll see one ID here. So we need this ID later on. So guys, you can see this is the ID. The last number you can see, this is the ID. So we need this ID later on. Okay, see, this is the ID. This ID actually we need later on. So now let's get back to my Colab. Now again, just import some of the necessary library. Then again, set these are the actually variable like your location, sentence file path, and index name. That means the same index name. Okay, same index name you have to give. Start index. Okay, that's it. Then just load the model, large language model here. So here I'm using Gemini Pro. You can also load any other model. Then just try to load the index. That means index endpoint you have to load. And to load the index endpoint, you just need to give this ID. And how you'll get the ID, guys, I already told you. So this is the ID. Just try to copy this ID and just try to paste it here. Now if you execute, it will load the index ID. Got it? That means this is going to be your knowledge base right now. And this is going to be your model. Now again, I have written some of the helper function generate text embedding. That means whatever user will give the prompt. Now let's say I have given one prompt. This prompt should be also converted to the embedding. Okay, then this function will help me to do that. Then I've written another function generate context and load file. That means it will load that documents file and it will generate the context. Okay, that means if you are performing similarity search operation, it will give you some rank results, and how it will give the rank results with the help of these two function, it will give the rank results. Now here I've loaded the file. Then you can see. Then this is my query. Let's say what is correlation. First of all, I'm generating the query embedding with the help of that embedding model. And if you want to see the query embedding, see this is the vector representation, guys. This is the entire query embedding. Now let me comment it. Now this query embedding I will pass to my vector source. Okay, now you can see find neighbor. It will give me 10 ranked results. Okay, 10 ranked results actually it will give me. Then this response actually I'm giving to my model. Okay, this is the code snippet. My model will try to analyze this response, even the query I have given. Based on that, it will give me one response. Now if I execute, see, if I execute this last line of code, see, here you will get the response. Correlation is a statistical measure that indicates, see, blah, blah, I'm getting the output. And here you can also give the prompt based on the context delimited in the brackets, answer the query. Okay, that's how you can give any kinds of prompt. And that's how actually we can build retrieval augmented generation kinds of application, okay, with the help of Vertex AI platform. And all these steps, guys, I have mentioned here. So if you are implementing any kinds of RAG based actually application, you can follow the same step. Okay, even you can also perform in your local machine. That means I told you how we can connect our local machine. That means how we can connect our VS Code. So with the help of VS Code also, you can create this kinds of RAG application, and you can create a user interface. Let's say you want to create a Flask interface, you want to create a Streamlit interface, you can also create. So this task actually I want to assign you. Just try to create one user interface. So you have to use the same logic, only you just need to integrate one user interface. That is the idea. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now see, once it is done, now if you want to terminate all the instance, what you can do. So first of all, just try to delete this. So first of all, just try to delete the bucket. To delete the bucket, just try to select the bucket, and there is a delete button you will see. Just try to click on delete, and delete confirmation you have to give. So it will delete the bucket. Then you also need to delete the index. So to delete the index, just go to the index, vector search. So first of all, you have to do the on deploy. Then you can delete it right now, I think. Now there is a delete button. Just try to click on delete. So it would be deleted. Okay, so that's how you can remove all the instance you will be creating. Okay, we'll see how we can implement LLM powered chatbot with the help of Vertex AI. See, I think you already saw how we can set up everything in our local machine. That means if I want to connect with my Vertex AI, so what are the setup actually I can perform. So setup wise, I already covered in my previous video, so you can check it out. So here actually I've already prepared everything, because see, most of the code are similar, whatever things we implemented previously. So make sure first of all you configure everything, your account, then your, let's say, configuration, everything you just prepared. After that, in the env file, just try to change this project id and region. So let me copy my project id. So just try to click here. So this is my project id, guys. Just try to copy and let's mention it here. Okay, and region, I'm inside US Central 1 only. I don't need to change it. Now the next thing, you have to create an environment. How to create the environment, I already told you. Okay, I'm using the same environment, Vertex AI demo. Now you have to install the requirement. So one more requirement I have added called Flask. So let me install the Flask, because in this project I'm going to use Flask. Okay, Flask framework to create the front-end application. So for this, just write this command, pip install -add requirement.txt. Yeah. Now see what I have done. I created one template file, and inside that, this is my HTML code, because you already know if I want to use Flask, I need a HTML. Okay, HTML code to create my front end part. And again, I used the Bootstrap website to prepare this front end. I'll tell you whenever I'll execute how it will look like. Now, this is my endpoint app.py, and here I've imported all the necessary library. And these code are common. I think you know we are doing the authentication with my Vertex AI. Now, this is the route I created. This route is my default route. It will launch my index.html page, and this is my prediction route. That means whenever user will give any query, okay, user input, I'm getting the user input, and this input actually I'm passing to my model, and whatever response actually I'm getting, I'm showing in my Flask server. That's it. Now let me execute the application. So what I will do, I'll run this application in the port number 8080. Save it. Now I'll open up my terminal and let's execute Python app.py. Okay, so it is running. Now let's get back localhost. Now see, this is how your user interface will look like. Now you can give any command. Now here you can give any query. So I'll ask what is Python. Now send a request. You can also see the log in the terminal. See, I got the response. So this is the complete response I got, guys. Got it? This is the complete response I got. Now if you want to ask another query, just try to refresh. Again, you can pass that query. Okay. Now that's actually what you can do. The previous RAG application we implemented with the help of Vertex AI, you can create your custom RAG. That means you can use your custom documents, like we did one project, like I think you remember, medical chatbot. So that's how you can use your custom documents and you can create these kinds of application. And this is the front end you can use as it is. Got it? All the HTML code I will share with you. So yes, guys, that's how we can also create LLM powered application with the help of Vertex AI. So yes, guys, this is all about from this video. Thank you so much.